Good morning, Cubs Nation. We are back with another edition of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Ryan, presented by Fan Arts. The Cubs officially take the series from the Braves in a 4-3 win. Shota going 6 strong, spreading out 5 hits, 3 earned, giving us a chance to win. Not his best stuff, but again, getting the job done. It's September baseball, ladies and gentlemen. No excuses on the board. Kyle Tucker with a big swing, a 3-run homer. He did leave the game with left calf tightness, so we'll talk about that a little bit more in that impact. Kevin Alcantara made his debut. We'll talk about our main man Shota and the series finale going on later today. So, like I was just talking about, the Cubs did win this ball game 4-3. They took a 4-0 lead early, and then all 3 earned runs were on Shota Imanaga. It was there was a triple by Matt Olson, a wild pitch. Ozzie Albies hit a home run. Eli White hit a home run a couple innings later. And then that was all she wrote for the Braves on the offensive end. And, after the 6th inning, they didn't score at all. The rest of the game, the bullpen doing a spectacular job. Gasolina at the end was able to figure out a way to win the ball game. Lots of great growth signs in these close wins, right? These are high leverage, high stress situations. As much as I don't enjoy being in them as a fan, I love watching the team persevere through these types of situations, right? The bullpen was tested. They didn't give up the lead. They got the job done. It was a good win. I'm not saying the Braves are a good team. Their record would tell you otherwise, but I will say this. I think everyone that has watched enough baseball over the past few years knows that the Braves offense has a lot of potential to get hot on any night, okay? That lineup is still feared throughout the National League, and once they get healthy, they will be back competing for that NL East title. There's no doubt in this guy's mind right here. So let's talk about the main man. He made his major league debut in center field. Craig Counsell did allude to that Kevin Alcantara will be up when facing lefties. That is when he will get the lion's share of his playing time, and it started there on Tuesday night versus Joey Wentz. And you know what? His first AB, he got a hit. It was really, really good to see. He looks natural out there. He looks poised. Again, you're not going to get on every single time. A couple of frustrating strikeout where he lost his bat, literally. But hey, what do you expect? It's his first night on the job, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully Kevin Alcantara can give this offense a boost that we've desperately needed. Again, I think if our pitching staff holds teams to 3 runs, we're going to find a lot more wins than we will losses. And you know what? Today was a close battle, but yet again, we got the job done. We got the series win. And hopefully tomorrow we can finish the sweep off. So this puts us 5 back of the Brewers officially. The Brewers will gain a game back on Thursday, I believe. I'm not sure why a day off was taken with this Phillies series, but just the way the schedule makers made it happen. But good to see Kevin Alcantara out there. I expect to see him in lefty matchups as well. Justin Turner continues to play in these lefty matchups battle. His glove proved dividends tonight, ironically. Now, more on Kyle Tucker. I don't have the full prognosis yet, but, caution. I think there's going to be caution taken with him. Left calf tightness. You don't want to, extenuate that too much. So if he gets a day off in the lineup, I'm okay with that. If you got to give him a week off, give him a week off. We need Kyle Tucker for the playoffs. So, it is what it is. If we have to forfeit our chase for the division, then so be it. We are going to possibly be up 3 games on the Padres here, and we're over 9 up on the Reds. So the playoffs feel very safe. I don't want to coast. I want to be playing our best ball going into October, but we have to take caution here with Kyle Tucker as well. And if that means Kevin Alcantara gets more major league experience, then personally I am all for that. The Cubs, they find a way to win. That's all we can ask for, right? And honestly, there's a big reason they find ways to win is because guys like Imanaga going on the mound continue to battle and make things happen. Some things are beginning to worry me, as our frontline ace of this staff. He is getting the ball hit hard on him from time to time. And again, he only let up 3 runs, so it's nothing to be, all up in arms about. But again, there's going to be games there in October where it's going to be 1-0. It's going to be 2-0, 2-1. You got to be battling all through the 9 innings if you want to get the job done. And you know what? The Cubs got the job done today with Shota Imanaga, and that is what you like to see. He got the win as well. Shota continues to be that steady presence in this pitching staff that the Cubs, that every staff needs, right? Not just the Cubs. Every staff needs a guy like a Shota Imanaga just to continue to, keep that momentum building forward. And so hopefully tomorrow the Cubs can do the same thing in the sense of sweeping the Braves. Now, the Braves are not record-wise a really good baseball team. They've had their struggles, their ups and downs this year. There's no doubt about it. But when you're playing the Braves are, one of the more well-known teams in Major League Baseball. They have one of the more popular fan bases. There's expectations of that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, their fans expect them to play well. They're not playing well this year. It's a lost season. No doubt about that. I'm not going to disagree. But we all know that the firepower that is in that Braves lineup, right? We're talking Matt Olson. We're talking Ronald Acuna Jr. Ozzie Albies, even though he's having a down year, is a really good baseball player. Marcell Ozuna can put the bat on the ball. They have potential Rookie of the Year Baldwin out there as well in Atlanta. So you got to be ready. They're not going to want to get swept. They have Major League Baseball pride. This team has been to the playoffs pretty much every single year of the 2000s. Sometimes they have a down year, but it's very, very rare. This is a good baseball team in the spirit of it. Now, Cubs, let's go put the nail in the coffin and sweep this series. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep applying pressure to the Brewers, because if the Phillies can get another game out of here, the Cubs could gain and only be 4 back by the end of tonight, which would be tremendous given the fact that it's only September 3rd. So, lots of baseball still to be played. Cubs, they want to continue to play their best baseball, need to continue to find ways to win ball games, because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you just don't have it. And you know what? I'm going to say that the Cubs offense tonight really didn't have it. There was one great swing by Kyle Tucker, no doubt about it. But again, they couldn't really find ways to score runs, but enough was enough to get the win. So no excuses here. And, I'm excited to watch the rest of the season continue. We have 3 games against the Nationals coming up here on Friday. We'll get the day off tomorrow to reset and recoup. And hopefully we can continue to handle business against the Nationals. But we have a game later on today against the Braves. Again, 6:40 time. We are back in school, ladies and gentlemen. So they're going to be mostly night games here on out, getting prepared for October baseball. And if you enjoy October baseball, especially as a Cub fan, then there's no other place you're going to want to be. You're going to want to be locked in here on Cubs Daily. Again, my name is Steven Ryan. I hope you all have a blessed Wednesday. Let's go get this dub, Cubs fans. Go Cubs, go.